Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about solving multi-step inequalities. And these are just inequalities that need to be simplified before we can solve them. So let's take a look. Alright, if we are given 3x minus 6 plus 5x is less than or equal to 58, we need to do a little simplifying first. So we can combine our 3x and our 5x, and then our negative 6 is just kind of stuck there by itself. So 3x and 5x gives me 8x. Bring down the minus 6, less than or equal to 58. Alright, once we get here, it's a simple two-step inequality problem where we perform regular actions. Add 6 to both sides, so we end up with 8x less than or equal to 64. Divide both sides by 8, and x is less than or equal to 8. So remember, we still have to graph this. So we draw our number line, mark out our point, draw our circle. How do we know if we need to fill it in? Well, if we plug in our number, is 8 less than or equal to 8? That is a true statement, so yes, we do want to fill that in. Then plug in any other number you want. The easy number I plug in is 0. Is 0 less than or equal to 8? Well, yeah, it is. 0 is less than 8. So we want to go towards 0 because that is a true statement. And that will be the graph of our solution. So it's not too bad. Again, just simplifying before we finish solving. So let's take a look at another. We got a little distributive property to take care of. So let's go ahead and do that. So a little distributing going on. So we've got 24x minus 56 is greater than 13x plus 67. You can't simplify anything on the left or the right, so we got to go ahead and do our t-chart. If we want to get rid of this, I can't even talk this morning, I'm sorry. We've got 24x on the left, 13x on the right. Since 13 is smaller, we want to get rid of it. So we're going to subtract 13x from both sides. So 24 minus 13 gives me 11x. Still have our minus 56. It's greater than 67. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and change this problem just a little bit. We're going to make that a 5. Just for the sake of having numbers come out nice and even. Alright. So, continuing on, add 56 to both sides. And we end up with 11x is greater than 121. Divide both sides by 11. And x is greater than 11. Number line, point in the middle. Number we care about, circle. Open or close? Well, let's find out. Is 11 greater than 11? That is a false statement, so we leave it open. Plug in another number. My easy number is 0. You can choose any other number you want. Is 0 greater than 11? That is a false statement. Since it is a false statement, I don't want to go towards 0. I want to go away from 0. Color in the direction opposite of the direction of 0. So pretty straightforward stuff. Just remember, you need to simplify first. And last example, here we go. 10x minus 3, all being divided by negative 7, is less than or equal to negative 2 plus 3x. So in this case, what we need to do first is we need to take care of that negative 7 because it is dominating that left side. So the only way to get rid of dividing by negative 7 is to multiply by negative 7. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So when we go ahead and do that, we end up with 10x minus 3 on the left. Because we multiplied by a negative, we have to flip our sign. Alright? Make note of that. So if you don't remember that rule, write it down again. If you multiply or divide by a negative, you must flip your sign. And then on the right side, we have our distributive property again. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw my arrows. Negative 7 times negative 2 is a positive 14. Negative 7 times 3x gives me a negative 21x. Alright, switch over to green. Get a little Christmassy here. Alright, which side has more x's, left or right? Well, let's say 10x is greater than negative 21, so we're going to add 21x to both sides. So we end up with 31x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 14. Some people are freaking out at this point saying, oh my gosh, this isn't going to come out nice. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Since we're graphing inequalities, we can put whatever number we want on our number line. Alright, so now we just add 3 to both sides. So we end up with 31x is greater than or equal to, oops, not 11, come on. Oh my gosh, what's going on? There we go. 17. And last but not least, divide both sides by 31. And so x is greater than or equal to 17 over 31. Here's a number line. Here's 17 over 31. Circle it. Is an open circle or closed circle? Is 17 over 31 greater than or equal to 17 over 31? Well, it is equal to, so we're going to shade that in. Now, we just need to figure out which direction. Okay, I always plug in my easy number of 0. Is 0 greater than 17 over 31? Well, no, it's not greater than 17 over 31, so we don't want to go towards 0. We want to go away from 0. And just like that, we've graphed it, even though it came out to be a nasty number. Alright? So, if you get something like that, don't freak out, don't panic, it's okay. Just plug in your easy numbers of 0, and it'll make life 1,000 times easier. So, if you have any questions about inequalities, check your notes, ask somebody who's already done it, and if all else fails, come talk to me. I'm Mr. Weeks.